Hey guys, welcome to ABC Cooking, where I'm going to show you the recipes I've learned growing up as an American-born Chinese. Today we're making tofu and mushroom soup. So to start off, I'm going to take the green onion, cut the root off, and then separate the white and light green parts from the dark tops. Then I'm going to thinly slice the light parts and chop up the dark green parts. I'm separating the green onion because I want to cook up the lighter parts at the beginning of the soup and then garnish at the end with the dark green tops. Now let's start cutting up the other ingredients for the soup. For this tofu and mushroom soup, I'll be using two kinds of mushrooms. The first kind are oyster mushrooms. For the oyster mushrooms, just cut them diagonally into about 1/4-inch slices. The second type of mushrooms I'll be using are these thin, long white mushrooms. These mushrooms are sometimes called needle mushrooms, but they're more commonly known by their Japanese name, which is enoki. I'm just going to use half of this package, but you could use the whole package if you want. Just cut off the roots and then remove any dirt that you find entangled in the mushrooms. Then separate the mushrooms so it's not just one giant clump in the soup. In addition to the mushrooms, I'll be using shredded bamboo shoots. All you need to do is wash and drain these. Now, these are just the ingredients that I'll be using today. You don't have to follow this recipe word by word. You could leave out or add whatever types of ingredients that you prefer. For example, you could add some thinly sliced beef if you want some meat, or if you're keeping it vegetarian, you could use any type of mushroom you want, like shiitake mushrooms, baby portobello, or cremini mushrooms, the regular round white ones you find at the supermarket. Set these ingredients aside and let's start working on the tofu. I'll be using silken tofu for this recipe, which has the highest water content and is the softest out of all the types of tofu. You can use whatever type of tofu you like, but I like using silken because it's more easy to slurp up with the soup. Remove the plastic covering from the tofu package and then drain the liquid into a measuring cup. Remove the tofu from its Oh, that came out easily. It's probably the easiest I've ever had silken tofu come out of the packaging. Let's see if the second one comes out as easily. Come on, get out of there. Maybe a squeeze will get it out. Well, when you finally get all your tofu out of the packaging, cut it into about 1/2-inch cubes. Now that everything's prepared, heat your soup pot on medium-high heat and add about a teaspoon of oil. Then add in your white and light green parts of the green onion and stir fry for about a minute until fragrant. Then add in your liquid. You can use a pre-prepared chicken stock, but I'm just going to be adding water because I'm going to be using something called oden soup mix powder. Oden is a Japanese stewed dish made from a dashi stock. Dashi is usually made from dried kombu, which is a type of seaweed, and some sort of dried fish like dried sardines or katsuobushi, dried bonito flakes. If you're using a soup powder, just follow whatever the instructions are on the back of the packaging. For this oden soup mix powder, it says to combine 5 cups of water with 1 package of soup powder. Cover your soup pot and let the liquid come to a boil. While you're waiting for the soup to come to a boil, mix some cornstarch with some water. This cornstarch mixture will thicken the soup. Then crack 3 eggs into a bowl and beat well. When your soup comes back to a boil, add about half of your cornstarch mixture. This mixture will slightly thicken the soup, making it easier for the eggs to form egg drops. Then, with a pair of chopsticks, stir your soup until a small vortex forms, and add your beaten egg starting from the outer edge of the pot, moving towards the center. Starting from the outer edge of the pot, moving towards the center, will allow the egg to cook evenly since the center of the pot is hotter. And don't forget to ladle some of that hot soup into the bowl so you don't waste any of that egg. Then add your mushrooms and bamboo shoots to the soup, put the lid back on and allow the soup to come back to a boil and for the veggies to cook. Now all you have to do is add your silken tofu without spilling any of the liquid into your pot. Then put the lid back on and allow the soup to come to a boil and it's ready to serve. Haha, whoops, I lied. The last step is actually to add the rest of your cornstarch mixture and allow the soup to come back to a boil and thicken. then top with some green onions, and now it's ready to serve. So ladle your soup up into a bowl and make sure you get a little bit of everything. Now let's dig in! The soup is a little bit thick thanks to the cornstarch. Its consistency is similar to a sweet and sour soup, which I think is perfect. Since we use silken tofu, it's nice and soft, and it's so easy to slurp it up with the soup, and the mushrooms and bamboo shoots add a great chew. This soup is easy to customize, so feel free to change things up and add whatever ingredients you like. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe and give it a try. It's super easy to make. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, if you follow me, cooking can be easy as ABC. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!